Hey gang, it's Kara and Dobie Joe back again to teach you page 36 and 37 of the Dulcimer primer, Arlie. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I asked Alexa to pronounce it for me and she said she was working on her pronunciations and didn't really know. Now this song is probably better known as Love Me Tender. It's exactly the same melody, alright? Page 36, at the top of page 36, it's got some little warm-up exercises for you. Now, if you go back, I think it was page 31, maybe, where we learned our D major scale. That's a good place to go back to and warm up. Yeah, page 31 was our D major scale. Go back and warm up on that. We've been playing single strings on some of our past few lessons. This whole page 36 is nothing but single string work, and it's just strictly the melody. You can use those warm-up exercises at the top just to warm up on. But you know, I kind of think that you guys are ready just to jump on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get you going on it. Let's just jump on it, okay? On the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how I held those ones down? I didn't move them until I needed them somewhere else. I'm going to do the same thing here. Rest. 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 Rest, rest, rest. Okay, all right. Let's talk about the very last line because it's kind of cool. On all of those ones, I put both of my ones down and I left them down until I needed those fingers somewhere else or I needed to open up the string, okay? On that last line in particular, the last 3 measures of page 36, 1, 1, 1, rest. I'm going to go ahead and leave this 1 on the middle string down. I don't need him anywhere else. Watch this. Now here I have to open up my melody string, but that 1 on the middle string's still down. I'm going to add my finger to the 2. That 1 is still behind him. I'm going to lift up my 2, exposing the 1, and put the 2 back down. Now see how little effort goes into that? I'm not moving my fingers all over the place, and I'm allowing, by not moving them, I'm allowing my notes to ring for a while, okay? Watch that very last line again. Again, we're on page 36. This is all single note work. Rest. Okay? So, if I've got a 2 down and a 1 down on exactly the same string, you're going to hear the highest fretted note. Okay, it doesn't matter. You could be tap dancing back here and it wouldn't matter because everything stops right here at the 2nd fret. Okay, I could be using my big toe right there if I was that limber, but I'm not. All right, so you get the point? I'm going to start saying that to you a lot. I want you to leave fingers down where they are until you need them somewhere else or until you need to open up the string. Okay, now let's talk about page 37. This is where it gets kind of interesting. We're going to strum a few chords along with this melody. Now at the top of the page, I've got you playing your E chord with a 1, 2, and 3 across here like this. Okay, I think somewhere earlier in the book I told you that this was an E minor. Well, it's also an E. It can be an E or an E minor, and I might have gone into just a brief talk on music theory and why that is. Maybe I didn't, but if you're really curious about that, pop me a message and I'll send you a little handout on why this could be an E or an E minor, okay? All right, we've got the 2nd measure is all just holding down those 1s. We're going to strum the 1s. Now hear how that rings? As opposed to this. That's what it sounds like when you're lifting fingers up. Okay? Leave them down there until you need them somewhere else. Hear how nice that is when it just rings like that? Okay? On the third measure, we are going to play a G unlike we've played it before. Now, at this top of this book, I've got you playing your G. Here's your first G that I taught you. And then I show you that you can play it like that, where you move your thumb around. Another way you can play your G, and I'll just give you this little tip that's not in the book. You can also play your new, what I call an inverted G, okay? With your pointer finger on your bass string and your third finger on your first fret of your middle string. It looks like that, okay? So this is the first G I taught you. It looks like this. You've got your thumb on your melody string and you've got your bass string played open. This new G is sort of like the opposite of that. You got your third fret on your bass string being played this time, your first fret on your middle string, and your melody string is strummed open. I call those inversions, okay? That's just a Kara term. Inversions are usually, it's usually a term used for guitar players when they twist the chords around by mixing up the notes that go into the chords, doing them backwards or whatever. I usually use the word inversion when I've got my hands like this, and then I switch it around and still manage to play the same chord. Now, why is that possible? Because this is a D string and this is a D string. Both of your outside strings are both Ds, okay? Whatever you do on this one, you can do the same thing on this one because they're both Ds, okay? If you have questions, what are you going to do? Who are you going to call? You're going to call the woman that has been abandoned once again by her beagle. Okay, so when I go to that third measure on the very first line of this, instead of playing it like I suggested, which is a perfectly great way, I wouldn't have suggested it in the book if I didn't think it was a good way for you to play it, I'm probably just going to go like that with it. Index and ring, okay? What I can do if I do it that way, you can do it with your thumb too. I'm going to hit that G chord. I'm going to leave that 3 down the whole time. I'm going to slide my ring finger on my middle string up to the 2nd fret and take it back. Okay? So I'm going to strum 2, 1, 2. And I left the 3 down the whole time. Okay? Listen to what that sounds like without me yakking over it. Okay? If I don't leave that 3 down, it's going to sound like this. This is much better, isn't it? Okay. All right, you get the point. We've got that same measure, that 3 G chord, 3, 1, 0, 2, 1, 2. The same thing occurs at the very first measure of the third line, and then the middle measure of the very last line. So once you've practiced that, you're going to get to use it at least 3 times there. All right, we talked about the ones, where we're just going to leave those ones down. I don't see any other surprises on this. Let's just go ahead and play it together, okay? Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Right, now let's talk about something else that I noticed while I was playing that. I think it was on the 4th line down. So if I start those twos, let's see what happens. Rest. Ah, that's what it was. Dobby Joe, you want to come over and sit back down? Come on. She's wandering around here looking for squirrels or something. We have no squirrels in the cabin. Occasional possums, but no squirrels. 3-1-0. I go to that 3-1-0 like this. And then, now this is a really advanced move for you to think about. So you don't have to do it this way, but put this on your radar. 3 and 1. I hit that, and the next thing I've got to do is play a 1 on my melody string. And my pinky's hanging right above that place, saying, please let me play that 1. Like that. See how I did that? I left these all down. Like that, okay? So let's take a closer look at line 3. I'm going to start it at the top and show you what I mean by that when it's in full swing action here. 2, 3, 4. See how I did that? Did you see that move? At the very end of line 4, I played my original G chord that I taught you with my thumb. And when I needed the 2, I just brought my thumb down. Alright? Lots of cool moves on this. Let's take it one more time from the very top. We'll use the metronome now so we make sure we're playing it nice and slow. I've got us all the way down in the 50s there somewhere. Actually, no, that is 60. Nope, yep, it's 56. Okay, let's try it together. Remember what to do if this is too fast for you. You take this instruction that I've given you, and you use your timing device, whether it be an electronic metronome or an app on your phone, and you slow it down lower than 56 until you can play it perfectly, and then you slowly speed it up. How many times do I have to tell you the same thing? I think that in my sleep at night. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that, okay? Alright, practice this one hard for me. When we see each other the next time, I am going to be teaching you page 38 and 39, Buffalo Gals, alright? We've got a lot of work to do on those 2 pages. So practice up, and I'll see you for our next lesson soon. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.